Okay, I've reassembled everything here. And I'm just going to temporarily just drop the movement down in place. Like so. And now let's find out, how is this going to line up? Okay. Well, it looks to me like it's going to be good. Now for those of you who noticed that the video was a little bit late yesterday, well, here's what happened. At around 2 or so in the afternoon, I did my final edit and I went to upload the video onto YouTube. Well, don't you know, YouTube had crashed. Yeah, and I was about 4 hours late. And for those of you who actually mentioned it in comments, or if you were somebody who actually made a phone call, thank you very much. It's nice to be noticed. It's nice that people are watching. I'm getting to the age where people have to check up on me. Now, unfortunately, the speaker box is too large to fit really anywhere in here. So what I've done is I've taken the speaker out of here. And I'll be mounting it just on the top here, just like this. I don't think it's going to bother the pendulum stem. Oh, it should be okay, as long as I have it right up at the top. Yeah, and it's probably going to sound just as good. Might even sound better, who knows? Yeah, I think something like that should be good. And I'm planning on using these screws right here. Now, because they're going to go right through down into this part here, I think it'd probably be wise to actually mount this back properly on. That way the holes are going to perfectly line up later. Makes sense to me. Okay. So half of 9 is 4.5. Half of a half would be another quarter. And then it looks like it's about 1/16 of an inch. So we'll go half of 1/16 of an inch. Well, that should be it. Oh, that's pretty much where the line is. You know where the seam was, where the join was? Yeah, that makes it easy. I don't even have to draw a line. I can see a line. Now I don't want to go too high here, otherwise these screws could pull out. So just have it so that, oh, about there. Yeah. I think we got it. Okay, the idea of this is so that I can move it back and forth, and it'll be the holes will be exactly the same distance down from the top of the clock. At least that's the idea. Sometimes I go to a lot of work like this and find out that it didn't work out nearly as well as I had planned. Okay, I think that's about it. Maybe a little bit more. I'll get it yet. Okay, I guess I better lock it and place the other way. It's swinging back and forth, and there's another lever on the other side, and we'll lock that down. Okay, now it's more or less in place. Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll do this hole and then slide it this way and do the other hole. Should be exactly the same distance. At least, like I say, that's the plan. Now I'm just wondering here, does that mean that those holes were not in the same place on that metal bracket? I should have measured them. Well, you know what? It's so close. I used a 1/16 inch bit and I drilled down the rest of the way for the pilot holes. I've used these screws before and I may have kind of screwed up the head, if you know what I mean. Okay, use a hand screwdriver to just tighten them down the rest of the way. I think that's going to be alright though. It looks pretty straight to me. I can't think of anything left to do now before we sand. And we did the slot for the pendulum rod. Got the hanger. I think we should do a dry run. And in other words, hang it up. Make sure that the pendulum's going to swing okay. Yeah. Won't hurt anything. And then if there's any problems, well, we can fix them now. Be a lot easier to fix them now before it's all finished. And then I have to maybe resand and anyway, makes sense to me. I ran upstairs and I got a little piece of double-sided tape from the model table. And I'm thinking that I can use that to just hold this temporarily in place. Now, you know, that's not 100% true. I kind of lied a little bit. I didn't run upstairs. I don't run anywhere anymore. I hope this is going to work out okay. Maybe I should have got a bigger piece. Here, let's join this together. Now when I do this for real, I want to make sure that the wire in absolutely no way gets itself down into the pendulum swinging mechanism. You know, this may not work. Like I say, maybe I should have got a bigger piece. Here's a thought. Maybe I should move it off to the side just a little bit here. Guess it doesn't matter which side. In that way, if the speaker drops down, it's not gonna, be touching this. Now there is another thing too. I want to make sure that the speaker cone is not touching anything that's gonna produce a buzzing sound. take this plastic off until it'll be one of the last things I do. Okay. Now, are we going to be able to see here what we're doing? Yes, it's going to work. Okay, I better get the hand on here. Otherwise we're not going to be able to advance it to get it to start the chiming mechanism. Well, right now I've got it set for the bim bam. So every time it goes around, if you listen carefully, you should be able to hear it make a little tick sound when it passes the 12 o'clock position. There, did you hear that? Anyway, that triggers the computer part of it to do its gong thing. And then 15 minutes later, it'll do another one. And then at the half past and the 3/4, depending which one you have it set at. If you have it set at the bim bam, which this is, all it will do is it will just bim bam out the hours, and I think it might go once on the half hour. Whereas if it's the Westminster chimes, it'll, you know what the Westminster chimes are. They're known all over the world. You know what? I think we're ready to hang this thing up. Now, what kind of clock-making person am I? Won't work without batteries. Okay. Okay. Maybe I have to have the bob up just a little bit here. I'd like to have it, I'll bring the camera over a little closer and you'll be able to see better. Okay, the idea of having it hanging here like this right now is to see if there's any reason why I can't disassemble it and, start doing the finishing. And I really can't. I can't think of anything we have left to do. Now, let's see what it sounds like. I have not tried it. You're going to hear it along with me for the first time here, at least hanging up like this. Well, I could hear that okay from here. I don't know if you could hear it from over there. But when I've got the pads on the back, it will be held out from the wall just a little bit more. It might be slightly louder. The volume control was turned all the way down. Could be we could crank it a little, but we'll experiment with that, once everything is done here. I really think that we can start finishing now, or sanding. But that's going to be tomorrow. So, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.